Hello, hello, hello. Welcome.
Sorry for the crap in the back seat. Unfortunately, we have.
The coat in the back seat. There's no crap back there
Yeah. It looks
that I
like
know of.
there's a bunch of stuff back there. We use that as storage space, unfortunately.
Fortunately. How was the meeting this morning? And what was the meeting about? What were we talking about today?
So, in Humboldt County, Nevada, today is It's not March. It's
May?
Monday, May 18th, and we had a what was it? City council meeting.
See.
Um, about potentially allowing data centers to come into our area.
What?
So
it was about a moratorium on passing a moratorium on data centers in the area to allow them more time to research it, basically, to try and slow that. Not saying no to data centers because of legal reasons. They're just saying we're going to think about it a little bit longer. So it's just a delay. That's all the meeting today was about, allegedly.
This is like the second delay that we've had because this topic has been
highly
ongoing since 2014. So 12 years now.
What you want to talk about?
That tells me that there's not been enough pushback from the people in community. So there was about 50 people from the community that were there, plus 6-7 commissioners maybe.
Finally the attorney showed up.
There was a very good turnout, and
like 5 or 6 people standing up in the back.
Several people went up and talked. We had about an hour's worth of people that were sharing their opposing views, and maybe one person that did not have an opposing view, and
that person went first.
Was online.
No, wait, that one person. Yeah.
The person that went first was basically the commissioners explaining the paperwork that was involved and why we were here, and we showed up a couple of minutes late, so we missed part of that, but we were not quite understanding why they have to allow a moratorium.
Why a moratorium at all? Why not just say no, we don't want data centers? Let's vote on that.
Because we're hearing in this meeting so many people opposing it, like, because we are not for it as well. So, I mean, it's great that we have so many people in the area that are just like, no, we don't want it.
Do you want to explain why they can't just say no, or you want me to?
I want you to.
The reason why they can't just say, let's have a vote today for no data centers is because the legal loophole they found is, if you're going to tell me that I can't do something on my land, you're going to make a law that I can't do something on my land?
AKA sell to data center developer.
I can't sell it to Jimmy because he declared his interest to do XYZ with it. That's taken away my right as a landowner to do what I want to do with my land, which is I want to sell it to Jimmy and make as much money as possible. Which in this case, Jimmy is Wired RE, or perhaps another company like that, which is the smaller company that goes into these farmlands and they try to get the grassroots going. They get the farmers to want to sell them the land. They get the people to want to rezone everything to what they want to build, so that way they can reach out and build this for the community. Yeah, look at this small business that's building this huge thing. It's going to be awesome. And then after they jump through all the loopholes, they sell it to make it industrial and commercial, whatever. Then the real person buys it, Google or Amazon.
Or the big tech company.
Yeah, the big tech companies out there. they're the ones that are not coming in to buy it, and that's what really owns it. And then they make the mistakes, and they're not following the laws that the other person agreed to. And so, yeah.
I can't help but feel like this is also a loophole for Google, because like this has got to be a way for them to acquire these businesses and not pay as much money for them, because we already know by just doing our research that these tech corporations that do the data centers, that they are getting all kinds of tax write-offs on their equipment. So I mean, they're probably saving a shit ton of money to have somebody else come in and build them for them.
So yeah, if Google was to just be like legit, you know what, Nevada, we want to build the biggest, baddest ass server data center on the entire planet in your backyard.
Nobody would want it.
And here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to power everybody in the state gets free electricity. If you move here, you can just plug in for free and have all the free electricity you want everywhere in Nevada. Google promises you that. How are they going to do it? Well, they're going to, all these farms, turn them into solar farms. Buy the mega packs, start storing all this power. Google comes in, solves Nevada's energy crisis so damn good, builds the best data center ever, and the river still goes dry because it was going to go dry anyways, which is why the farmer probably wants to sell, because he doesn't got the water anyways. He's got the water rights. Can't do shit with water rights if he ain't got no water.
There's a drought right now currently.
Let's sell the goddamn land for primo money. Bye. Let these guys fuck around in the desert. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I don't have a problem with Joe Schmo wanting to sell his land to another entity that's going to use, you know, the land for similar purposes, or use it for like,
no matter who comes in there, the water's going away, and they're going to be blaming the farmers first, because the farms are obviously the ones who use the most water.
in the mines.
The mines, the second. I mean, obviously, you can see the mines lying about what they're saying, what they're doing with the water, and getting away with it.
They just put in Thacker Pass. And are they even at full production?
Not yet, probably, but anyway, yeah.
I feel like that's just not, it's bad news for the area.
We are our $18,000 well that we put in 2 years ago. Still hasn't pumped a gallon of water yet. May never be able to pump a gallon of water if this data center gets going before we get the pump inside the well going.
And that's scary.
And that's even if they say, and on paper they show, like, look, we brought in all the water. We're sorry there's a drought. We can't help that. We can't make it rain yet. This data server hasn't figured that out yet. But as soon as this data center figures out how to make it rain, brah, we can help you out with that. AI is going to make it rain, baby. What do you think, babe?
I thought it was almost like humorous that the guy was making mention of how
Every time he uses his credit card, it shows up as a different fucking place, like Idaho, Las Vegas, California. It's never Humboldt County, Nevada. Like, nobody knows we're here.
like he thinks that the data center was gonna be put there to like track people.
The data center will help identify people are in the right spot. Yeah, my phone always thinks I'm in Sacramento. I'm like, how many times do I got to tell you, drunk?
Or Google. Gee.
Yeah, I'm not in Sacramento.
Yeah, it'll often ping various locations for us. Sometimes it's Sacramento, sometimes it's Salt Lake City. And I think a lot of it has to do with there being less satellite images and less like Google street images of what this area looks like. So it can be hard for maps to get like, it's like they have to have I feel like they need to get like an offline copy. But once you're offline, it's all like blurry on your GPS. And I feel like that's another reason why Google would want to have a data center in this area. So they could map out, maybe map out what the geography is and what give the rest of the world an image of this
I
area that is
honestly
just
don't
very.
have any idea if the data center would be a combination data storage, or if it would just be a high-speed internet thing, or if it would just be a compute. It would probably just be computing AI, or if it would be inference AI. There's lots of different types of data centers out there. But like I said, if Google was just straight up honest about it, that would be one thing. But they're not honest about it. And so this other company is going to do all this hard work and get all these tax breaks, and they're going to pass the torch over to Google, and like Google can honor that
Google's
or
gonna
not
make
honor
millions.
it. Yeah, they're going to be like, by the way, we needed to be twice as big all of a sudden. Sorry, y'all. Oh, we just got to put in for that permit. No problem. We got you now. We're in. Once you're in, it's over. And they're acting like we can't just say no because it's a violation of the law. We can't establish a ban on data centers because that's like banning stuff. And banning stuff is impossible, apparently. I don't know.
How is that fair?
I think the money is just too damn good for the commissioners and whoever's, getting patted here. The farmer, for sure, should be getting the best deal, hopefully. But
I'm glad that they did make point at that meeting. Someone did make a point of mentioning, hey, I'm a resident here and I'm voting, and your decisions on how we address this are going to affect my vote.
well,
So
yeah,
it's really, really important to keep that in mind.
we're gonna see how it goes. But I doubt. I think the data centers are coming, and if everybody does the Not My Backyard program, they'll just go somewhere else. Tesla's stance is we're gonna be putting them in space. That's where they ought to be. We've already got our big data center in Memphis, I think.
Well, I don't understand why Tesla would say that when there was a data center that was put in right down the road from Tesla.
Apparently, that's a Google or Amazon. It's not us. Just because it's on our property. That's
Well, it's not
industrial
on your
parkway.
property. Yeah, it's
That's
over
it.
at the Reno
Industrial complex.
Yeah. It is industrial property, so it makes sense for it to be in that area instead of out here where it's farmland and fucking residences and BLM land. Yeah, they don't need it out here.
I just wonder if they even like have a well there.
Oh yeah, they do, because they're watering crops.
No, at the one on the Reno spot.
Oh,
Because they built that like on top of the mountain.
well, I guess it would depend. It'd be dependent on
What
kind of
well.
cooling system they have.
Sounds like a lot of them are getting away with the open water evaporative cooling. That's just a recent thing where they're like
the open air system.
Yeah, you're dumping all of our water into the air.
I think that the reason why they're doing that is because in the long run it's less expensive.
See. And it might even be better for the environment. Like releasing humidity into the environment in the desert.
I think it's better.
It's
a better. Well, yeah, it's probably a better alternative to
chemicals and shit.
Using fucking
antifreeze.
Antifreeze, yeah.
When an accident gets dumped into the river or whatever.
Yeah. Because at some point they're going to have to flush it and remove all that antifreeze.
See?
And they have to store it. So, I mean, best to just eliminate antifreeze completely. That's why they're using the open loop system.
They're saying that there is money, though, that's coming, that the farmers are not delivering now. So the farm delivers X amount of money in tax revenue and goods to run it, and all the people that go there to make the farm happen, they're getting paid, and everything they do, it all has an effect on the community here.
I think that there's other ways to address it. I think if they got rid of agriculture and went to or if they
This big empty
maybe
box
if they
that
stayed,
does nothing really, it
well,
just sits there and hums.
maybe if they,
The box ain't going to the
I
store
feel
and
like
buying
they
food.
could very well. I feel like they could very well put in an RV park there that
Why?
would do well for the city. I think that they could put in a business of some sort that would do well for the city. I feel like they could do some other kind of farm, like livestock, that's not necessarily like growing potatoes, that would do well for the city. I feel like there's other options.
What they brought up was that some people brought up was that there's no room for growth here. We're already all set for how much water we can all have. There's no more room for anybody else to have more room of that water.
Yeah.
So everything is all spoken
We're
for.
over allotment already.
They don't want more people to come here. They want less people to be here.
Right, because there's not enough. There's already not enough water to go around.
Yeah. So in a theory, you sell the farm, and all the people that need to be here for the farm don't need to be here anymore. So in theory, selling the farm and going to this data center with their promise to bring in all their own water and bring in all their own energy, that we could totally benefit from this. Everyone could. Now there'd be more water because there'd be all these less ranchers and all this less farms using water, and closed circuit. The energy is free.
Yeah, I don't see how it would even be an option for them to bring in their own water.
Because it's Google.
Realistically speaking, that's so fucking expensive.
It's just water. It's just pipes. It's just trucking. It's all been solved before. This is not impossible. It's not like going to the moon and trying to bring your own water.
Right. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's astronomically expensive.
Google has all the money already. That's why I'm saying if there's transparency about these top trillion-dollar companies, do the work. Be honest about it. Put in the best data center ever in Winnemucca. Put in the data center that blows the entire world away. China has got nothing on this data center. Let's put the best fucking data center in Humboldt County. The best. That's going to remove a lot of jobs and people from Winnemucca County. Peace out. We don't need you anymore.
Humboldt County.
Go be a rancher somewhere else, I guess. Sorry. This is how we really feel. They're going to get the hell of a lot more tax revenue because the deal they're going to work out, they're going to be like, all the streets will be paved with gold now, essentially. Thank you, Google. The river's going to be not affected at all. If anything, there'll be more water in the river because Google literally is bringing in water by the millions of gallons every day, or whatever company, because they put in a pipeline to bring desalinated water directly from the ocean or who knows where. I don't know. Let's solve the water problem, Google. Let's be honest about it. We can bring water to the desert. This is not a problem. Let's solve the energy problem. We got this. We know how much space it's going to take. We have the panels. Tesla can help you do it. We can get you in the solar. We can get you the power. Nevada, the entire state could be powered from this awesome, epic, colossal data center. take advantage of the opportunity you have.
County, Nevada is about to have.
What do you think about that, babes? Not my backyard. Shut it down.
Shut that shit
This
down.
moratorium is just gonna slow it down. You're gonna get us demonetized. Are you done talking? 20-minute video. It's nice seeing you guys again. Let us know in the comments below. Data centers are coming.
I like hearing you talk about it. I feel like I've talked about it enough.
Talk.
A lot of people have been